Hey, week 3 of the NFL season, man. We have some pretty good games lined up. Today it's just me and Kendall, but we're gonna start this off. Kendall, so far, man, what do you think about week 3 and the matchups that we're gonna have?
You still here?
Yeah. What do
Yes,
you
sir.
got? What do you think is gonna happen? Like, what do you feel about week 3, man?
Feel good a minute, man. Just a quick recap of the Thursday game or whatnot. Real good game where when it started out, but San Francisco prevailed in the end. The more talented team at roster won. Giants hung in there, but it's clear that the Giants are not ready yet for prime time. Not even ready for the Niners. I like what I seen from San Fran. The fact that they didn't have one of their best players in Brendan Ayuk and was still able to come away with a victory. So that 49ers team is deep. That roster is deep and very talented. So hats off to the Niners, man, on a short week to get that W. But for this week's games, the game that stands out to me is we talked about it earlier. Is Green Bay and the Saints. Jordan Love and the Packers.
Yeah.
They did lead. They lost last week to the Falcons. Falcons 2-0, man. Who could believe that? But they lost last week to the Packers. Saints coming off a short week. They just played Carolina on Monday night, and that Saints defense looks fantastic. They
It
look
does.
good.
It does, man. Yeah, that defense does look good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep. So can't wait to see what they throw at Jordan Love today.
Yeah, we'll see. It is shocking that the Falcons are undefeated. It's pretty crazy. Um, no, just going by, like you said, San Francisco Giants Thursday night game for week 3. I was really shocked that the Giants kind of stuck through the game all the way up until probably what, the third quarter or fourth quarter, somewhere there. But they actually played pretty good considering how they played week 1. So I was shocked that they kind of stayed in the middle of the pack during the game, but obviously the Niners were too much for them. But yeah, I agree with you. So let's get into these games. So we got first game, Kendall, we got Falcons at the Lions. What are your thoughts on that game? It's at Detroit.
I'm gonna go with Detroit. I think they'll bounce back this week over the overtime loss to Seattle last week. I think Detroit get back in the win call this week.
Man, that's a tough one for me. I think the Falcons are playing really good, but I think it's just too much for the Falcons. I agree with you. I think the Lions win this game at Detroit. So going on, we got the Chargers versus the Vikings. Who do you got in that one? And it's in Minnesota.
Somebody have to win. I'm gonna go with Vikings defense isn't good. Chargers defense clearly ain't good. But the Vikings have had some extra time off to prepare for the Chargers. I'm gonna go with the Vikings, but I do not feel good about it.
You think the Chargers will start out 0-3?
Yeah, and if they do, I was just saying earlier, they might fire the coach.
Oh wow.
But this one
So
of them games, this one of the games where we're if I wouldn't be surprised if we wake up next day and Chargers win. I wouldn't be surprised after the end of the game.
yeah, I got you. Let me see. I don't know. This one's an iffy one for me too. I'm trying to figure out their defenses aren't good. You're right. You're right about that. Um, Let me see. Trying to think. Man, that's rough. Their defense aren't good. I'm gonna have to go with the Chargers with this one. I don't think they started 0-3. I know it's in Minnesota, but I'll take the Chargers on this one. Now my question to you though is, do you think it's gonna be a shootout in this game?
I can potentially see it's two bad defenses. I definitely see
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Awesome. So let's go with Saints at Green Bay Packers. Who do you got?
Oh, I'm going with the Saints.
Saints, huh?
And Saints in a close one, man. This might be the game. Nobody's talking about this game. I don't know why.
No, they're not. They're
I'm
really
going with
not.
I'm going with the Saints.
So I was shocked that the Packers lost to the Falcons last week. That was a really close game, and I think they were controlled pretty much the game, and then they came back on them. But I think that Saints defense is good, man. I really do think that defense is really good. And I think they win the game. They've been kind of struggling these last couple of games, but to be honest, though, Tennessee was pretty good. They have a good defense, so yeah, I'll go with the Saints as well. Our next game we got is Texans at Jacksonville Jaguars.
Texans at damn, didn't they know that was Texans and Colts? I'm going with the Jags.
Jags?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty easy one, man. Jags should win that one. We'll see what CJ Stroud has week 3, man, how that offensive line is going to hold up for him, because I think they've had a really hard time keeping up upright, man. So
They have.
we'll see. All right. The next one that's interesting is Broncos at Miami Dolphins.
Ooh. Upset of the week. I'm going
Really?
with the Denver Broncos.
You think the Broncos are going to beat the Dolphins?
Upset of the week. Denver 0-2. Hold on a minute. Let me finish. Denver 0-2.
Okay.
Coming off an embarrassing loss. Well, I wouldn't say embarrassing, but the way they lost that game to Washington when they was up. And Jalen Waddle was out for Miami. So this Miami first home game coming off a good win against the Patriots.
Yeah.
Tua and they feeling good, and Denver defense is good. Prime. This is prime. This is prime for upset right here. Denver over Miami. Take it.
Yeah, but the Dolphins have a deep wide receiver core, so I don't know. I don't see it, man.
Give me a wide receiver outside of Hill and Waddle.
Cedric Wilson.
He wasn't even active last week.
Yeah, you're right. They have that little guy too, Braxton.
Barrio.
Yeah, Barrio.
But
so, I mean, we'll see. I'll take the Dolphins against the Broncos. I think it's just too much. And Russell Wilson is kind of up and down during games. He'll play good, and then he's almost at his worst. It seems like. So I don't see the Broncos beating the Dolphins in Miami. All right, next game we got Titans at Cleveland Browns.
Ooh, Titans at Browns. Browns coming off short. Give me Cleveland. That defense I love what I said. That defense is like that.
Even the short week?
Yeah, give me Cleveland.
Okay.
Titans have really been struggling, man.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the Browns will take this one, especially the Titans kind of struggling. If I'm not mistaken, they haven't really scored that many points the first 2 weeks.
They have not.
So, yeah, I'll take the Browns over the Titans for sure in Cleveland. All right, the interesting one I think the more interesting one is the Buffalo Bills at Washington Commanders.
I want to go with Washington because it's a good story right now. 2-0, city feeling good. But I'm gonna take Buffalo. I think Washington comes back down to earth. I want Washington win because Buffalo is my division. But Washington comes back down to earth. We've seen this every year. Every year a team starts, then somebody comes in there and puts a thumping on them, and they revert right back to earth. I done seen this story before. But on the bright side for Washington, if they do win today, they got a lot of people's attention.
Yeah, people are gonna have something to talk about for sure, man.
For sure.
Especially if they go 3-0 against Buffalo too. So this is a tough one, man. I honestly think the Bills are just too much for the Commanders. Yeah. Although it is in Washington, and I think it might have some bad weather. I don't know. It's gonna be an iffy one, man. I think the Bills win, but on a really close game, just because of the weather. Mm-hmm. So I'll take the Bills. All right. The other one that's interesting, right? Is Colts at Ravens. And according to reports, Anthony Richardson's not playing. He's under concussion protocol.
Mm-hmm.
So Minshew gets the start. So what do you think? The Minshew Colts versus the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore.
Interesting game. I'm gonna take Baltimore, but it won't be a blowout because Colts have really been fighting hard, man. They've been fighting hard. They've been playing some good ball.
They got good defense, Kendall.
They do. Yeah, they do. But I'm gonna go with Baltimore in a close one, man. This is right here gonna be interesting. Remember a couple of years ago on Monday Night Football, Colts had a big lead on Baltimore, and what happened? They came back.
Yeah, so, you're right.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I think I agree with you. I think the Ravens are just too much. Their wide receiving core, Lamar Jackson, and that defense I think they're way ahead of the Colts in Baltimore. And it's like I said again, the weather's probably gonna be drizzling, whatever the case may be. So I'll take the Ravens in that one too. I think the Ravens will win easily. I don't think it's going to be close, Kendall.
You don't think it'll
Honestly,
be close?
I don't think it is.
No, I got
I
no.
think the Ravens are going to get it together and they're going to beat them convincingly.
Well,
All
Baltimore
right,
haven't been that impressive, but I mean, yeah.
we'll see. It's week 3. We'll see. Now Kendall's probably favorite game of the day. We
Mhm.
got Patriots at the Jets. This is the last 1:00 game. So, what do you got, Kendall? What are your thoughts on Patriots at the Jets?
Yes, sir. A lot of eyes gonna be on this game. Patriots at Jets. We beat them 14 straight times. I've been feeling good about it all week, but the more I see people talk about the 14 straight times and Zach Wilson record against Belichick and the turnovers, I get like a jinx feeling like, yep, this gonna be the game. This gonna be the time that they end it. Because if they was gonna beat the Patriots, today is the day to beat them. They're 0-2. They haven't looked the best, but they haven't looked awful because they lost both games on the final play. So if you're gonna beat them, this right now is the time. But I think coming to the season, the thing that the Patriots do have on their side is that Aaron Rodgers is not playing because of the simple fact that if they were they're 0-2 now, if Rodgers were playing, you can go ahead and put Mark down 0-3 for New England. So they got saved a little bit, but I think Zach Wilson gonna play good today, but it won't be enough. I'm going, and it's gonna be. I heard the weather's gonna be bad. I'm
Yep.
gonna go 2013 Patriots.
23. Yeah, I have to agree with you, Kendall. I think uh
This gonna be one of those old fashioned slobber knocker games.
yeah,
You
yeah.
like defense and running game and under
You're gonna
20
be like,
yard.
am I watching a baseball game or a football
Yeah,
game?
in both the
Yeah,
games last year, like if Zach Wilson makes a couple plays, they win. They win that game last year. But I
yeah.
think he's learned a little bit. They say he's looked better. He did throw 3 interceptions against Dallas last week, but it's something about playing the Patriots. He struggles, man. I don't think he gets over that today. I do think he'll look better though, but they will not win.
I think these defenses match up pretty well. The only simple fact is obviously the Jets have a better defense overall,
More better names, more
better
names.
names. But I think if you look at the way Bill Belichick constructs that defense, I think you kind of have an even side. The side where you don't is the offense. I don't think Zach Wilson's ready for Bill Belichick defense. So I think Mac Jones is more mature, and I think Mac Jones will do more things against that Jets defense than Wilson will. So I'll take the Patriots
And
in New York.
that's not saying a lot that Matt Jones is better than Zach Wilson. It
No,
really ain't. Yeah,
no.
we come on, man. That's not. I mean, Zach was drafted ahead of Mac in that draft. They're classmates, but that's not saying a lot. My thing about the Patriots, if we win today, I'm not gonna be hit hooray. Hey, we're back. No, we always beat the Jets. We beat bad teams. That's what we've been doing the last couple of years. We beat bad teams and we beat the Jets. I want to
No,
see us. Go ahead.
I just like the fact that Bill came in and constructed that offense and with Mac Jones. I think they look a lot better, Kendall,
They
than they
do.
did
They
last
do.
year.
Look like a
So
professional offense.
yeah. So okay. Starting the afternoon games or the evening games, if you want to call them, we got Panthers at Seahawks. So Panthers at Seattle.
Oh man, Panthers at death. Whew. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with Seattle. I don't feel good about this one either. Remember, Carolina went in there last year, punched them
Yep.
in the face and beat them. But
Yeah, this is an easy one for me, I think. I don't think Bryce Young is playing, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, he's out
Uh,
next couple weeks.
so I see the Seahawks just win. This is an easy game for them. Next one we got is Bears at the Chiefs at Arrowhead.
Bears at Arrowhead. I'm going
Yep.
with the Chiefs. Um, think the Chiefs have put it on Chicago. I was talking this week with a couple people. I don't think Justin Fields is seeing the field well.
He's
I
not,
don't think he's
man.
seeing the field well, and that's not good because that head coach that they got or whatnot now didn't bring in Justin Fields or whatnot, and the new GM they got didn't bring him in. So he was drafted with the previous management.
I
So
just think I just think it's very disappointing the way they put this team together and then for your quarterback to play the way he is.
yeah,
I
and
just
it's not a talent issue. They got talent.
No, they do. I think the problem, Kendall, is his first 2 years, he had that internal clock that he had to run every time. So I think he's kind of rushing his progression, and that's what's getting to him. But yeah, I
Yeah,
agree with you. This is an easy one. And Arrowhead, Chiefs win it. All right, next one is the Dallas Cowboys at Arizona Cardinals.
Cowboys at least
This
by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, this should be an easy one, man. The Cowboys should
If I'm
take this one
Dallas, I'm
easily.
playing this game. Just
But
play it safe. Don't get nobody hurt. You got to.
but I will tell this to everybody: Dobbs is no slouch. He is actually playing better than I expected for him to play. So, especially being he got traded to the Cardinals, right, Ken?
Yeah.
Kendall?
Did he play y'all last year on that Thursday night game for Tennessee?
He did. And
Okay.
although it was a 27-13 game, the game was actually 17, I want to say 17-13 going into the fourth quarter.
That Cardinal defense ain't bad though.
Yeah. Let's see. Rev's got something to say. Let's see what Rev's got to say. Rev says, "What we waiting on?" I don't know, Rev. What are we waiting on? I have no idea.
Yeah, if I'm Dallas, I just try to get out this game healthy. Because y'all already got a bunch of injuries on offensive line
Yeah.
and on defense. You got a big game next week in New England against the Patriots. But I'll just try to get out this game healthy if I'm Dallas.
Yeah. So next one we got is Steelers versus Raiders, and that is the Sunday night matchup.
Interesting game. I don't know if I'd be hyped for this game, but I thought they could have at least swapped out. I mean, I'd rather see Jets and Patriots than that.
Yeah, that would have been or Colts and Ravens.
Yeah.
You don't think so? I mean,
If Anthony Richardson were playing, but
yeah, you're right.
Steelers Raiders. I guess. I mean, it's in Vegas, so I mean, I guess that's exciting. But I'm gonna take this. I don't like what I've seen from the Steelers so far, and they won.
It's like I think if I looked last time, if I'm not mistaken, I believe they had 96 yards rushing.
Yeah,
for the season.
I don't like what I see from them, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't like what I see from them, but it's the Raiders too.
I'm sure a lot of Najee Harris football fantasy guys are like shocked right now.
Right.
So, but Rev, let's see what Rev's got to say. Rev says football. Let's get it. You'll take the Steelers?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Steelers.
Rev did say, "What are we waiting on?" I don't know. I said, "I don't know." He said, "Football. Let's get it." Yeah, we got like 15 minutes, man. You said you're gonna take the Raiders, Kendall?
Steelers.
Yep. In Las Vegas?
Yep.
You think TJ Watt's gonna be too much?
Yeah, against that Raiders offensive line. But is Jacoby Myers playing?
I don't know if he's playing or not.
I gotta look that up. I know they got.
You know what? I'm gonna go with the Raiders, man. I'm gonna go with the Raiders. In Las Vegas, I think the Raiders will beat them. All right, so we got the Monday night matchups.
Two good
games. They're pretty good games. Let's see. NFC says he's got them Cowboy stars up. Welcome, man. So we got Eagles at Tampa Bay.
Eagles at Tampa.
Yep.
I'm going Philly. Close one. I'm going Philly.
I think this is going to be my upset. I think Tampa Bay beats Philly in Tampa Bay. I think this is the game. Yep. I think I don't know who brought it up. I'm trying to remember. I was on a live somewhere, I think TikTok or something, and somebody said Baker Mayfield is actually playing better than people think, and I'm like, there's no way. There's no way Baker Mayfield is playing better than. So I looked it up, Kendall, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was shocked. He's throwing 70%. He's completing 70% of his passes.
Okay, take that with context, though.
Now, hold on. I got you, right? But this is the thing. He has, I believe, I mean, it's not a lot of touchdowns, but he has, let me see. Hold on. Let me look at it real quick. So he is 69.1% completion rate, 490 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. I mean, it's not bad, Kendall.
It's not.
I'm just saying, like, he's being efficient. And he's got some big plays with Evans as well and Goodwin. So, yeah, Rev said it too. Baker looks different. He does.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Look, maybe it's the cowboy in me.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Maybe it's the Cowboys.
But I think that might be an upset, man. The way they've been playing and the way Tampa Bay and Baker Mayfield have been playing, I think might be an upset in Tampa. So, all right,
Sure
last
gonna see.
game. Yep, last game we got the Super Bowl rematch from 2 years ago. We got Rams at Cincinnati Bengals. Who do you got, Kendall?
Rams at Bengals. Burrow is a game time decision, I think.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go with the. I go with the Bengals. Close game, Bengals.
Bengals?
Yeah, close game.
Man, I don't know if Burrow plays. That's gonna be a tough one. I'm with Rev. I think Rev just put, they're 0-2. They start 0-3. That's not good. Must win for Bengals. Rev says it's a must win. So
Yeah, I agree.
I'm with Rev, man. I think the Bengals win just because they have to. They have no choice right now but to win.
Yeah.
If they start 0-3, it's not going to be good for them. So
The birds gonna come out, buddy.
Yep. So it's going to be pretty crazy, especially I'm sure he's going to get a lot of rap, especially signing that big contract, Kendall, if they go 0-3.
Yeah.
But all right, so that's pretty much, man. That's pretty much it. We rounded off the whole week 3. It's going to be pretty interesting. Let's see. Rev's got another. Teams that go 0-3 don't make the playoffs.
They don't.
Ooh, that's that little golden nugget, Rev.
That you have to be wary of.
Yeah. So no, overall, Kendall, what do you think? I was gonna ask you in the beginning, but I'll ask you now. What's your overall consensus with these rookie quarterbacks that you've seen, going into week 3?
I think a lot of them haven't. I mean, Richardson got hurt.
Yep.
I mean, who else? CJ.
From what you've seen so far, do you have a tier of who's at top right now? Who's second? Who's third? Who's fourth?
No, I would go. I'll probably go Stroud first. Then I'll go Bryce. Then I'll go Richardson.
Really, Kendall? No, Kendall.
Bryce, but listen, stats wise, Bryce has struggled. Richardson has looked good, but then he's hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt though, but I think Anthony Richards looked better than all of them, in my opinion. Honestly, Anthony Richardson's looked a lot better than all these other rookie quarterbacks.
What do you think is going on with Bryce then?
Honestly, Kendall, I think it has a lot to do with his height.
Yeah.
It really does. I'm not saying that Drew Brees was short, but you got to think like you have to be really good at what you do if you're that tall. Right. No offense to him, but it's just true. You got to be really good. You got to know, you got to know what windows open, what windows to use, how to move in the pocket. If you don't do that,
how much does that have to do with coaching, though?
And you're right. It has a lot to do with it. But I'm just saying, that's why in the beginning of the season, I told everybody I don't think Bryce Young is going to be as good as people think.
You did say that. I remember you said that.
Yeah, and that's part of it. And I think for me, Anthony Richardson, although I wouldn't have played him week 1 or for the season, I would have probably had him sit and learn. I think he's actually played pretty good. And the fact that he's in this offense,
given what he's working with, yeah.
Yep. And then the offense that he's playing in pretty much fits his system. Is Bryce Young in the right system?
It's too early to tell, man. Like 2 games, it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Threw a couple picks against Atlanta. He almost threw one last week in the same, but he has played 2 good defenses, though. He played 2 divisional foes that know each team well. So I give him some time, and nobody expected much from Carolina this year. I mean, you drafted number 1 overall for a reason.
So Rev says best rookie quarterback so far. Yeah, Rev. What do you got? Let's see what Rev's got. But yeah, I think that's my take on it. CJ Stroud, it's hard to say something about him just for the simple fact I don't think he's be given the opportunity to see his strengths with that offensive line. But I wouldn't say that he's not good. It's just we can't see his talents because of that offensive line. So, but Rev says, let's see what Rev says. Rev says he says Anthony Richardson, man. Yeah. So, but honestly, Kendall, I think ultimately he went into the right system, in my opinion.
I agree.
So, well, Kendall, you got anything to wrap us up, man?
That's it, man. Enjoy these games today, man. I think we're in store for some good ones.
Yep. All right. Well, this is East West Football, man. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification button, and we'll see you next time.